Well, good evening. I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. I'm a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, timeline coach, dream sculptor, and published author. Tonight, I want to talk about feel the world. It's how are we afraid to feel the world? How are we afraid to feel? How are we afraid to feel the world? And how are we afraid to feel what we desire to experience? How are we afraid to feel life? That's something I've expanded into. I've tried to think my way through life and never, ever got anywhere. So what I've really expanded into is I got to feel the energy of my dreams to expand of my dreams. But it's really allowing myself to feel the world. But I got to feel the enterprising energy within myself, and that's where life expands. But how are we really afraid of ourselves? How are we afraid to trust ourselves and feel that confidence? See, you think in knowing, but you feel the confidence to expand. And then it enterprises the emotions. The emotions and the feelings are the driving forces of our desired outcomes, because we can overthink everything and think and talk ourselves out of everything the way we think. And I've done that in my life many, many times. It's a new experience for me to really expand of the feel of life. But what are we afraid of in life? Because we think heartache is feelings. Well, heartache and all the pain in life is actually thinking. Because we never listen to the gut+candor within ourselves to expand of life. We try to live in life. We try to do everything in, but we're afraid of. Of is above. It's open foresight, optimizing the feelings to expand through life. As I feel myself become more confident, how does that do it? How have you used thinking to stay where you're at in life? But how is the feelings how's the feelings when you're of life and you have the light of love shining your heart harmonies and your soul savvy through the world, and you trust your abilities and listen to yourself? How does that open yourself up and really expand of life? See, it's appreciating the gut+candor or the gut gall within yourself to experience it all. How are we hold the pain and try to cover the pain up and the pain never leaves? This is something I've learned. When I want to detach from the episodes of the unsavory in my life, I got to walk through the pain, the scorn, and all that, because most of that I self-embedded because I had a desired outcome I wanted, and I had something I expected them to do. And then when they didn't do it, I become heartbroken. It's because I was never listening and trusting my inner self, because my egotistical self wanted that. And they had no choice because it was my way or the highway. Well, they took the highway and I took the byway into heartache. And that is what happens with us when we try to live in somebody else's energy. Because we never listen, because we have their life planned out for them. How have you done that? I've done that many times. In fact, I can tell you 3 times. And really, when I come down and say, well, they said this, they said that, they did this, and they never done any of it. It's what I wanted to hear and what I wanted to think I heard. When we think and heard, we follow the turdocracy of our life. When we listen and hear to expand through life, we hear the inspiration of life to really expand ourselves and move ourselves forward. And that is something I've really opened up to, is within myself. But it's feeling life with a venturesome ferocity and a visionary vitality that allows me to expand through life. And all the memories and all the pain is what we call the past. But yet that same memory and that same pain is going on today. because we've never diffused the ruse within ourselves. But to feel the freedom every day, expand the light of love of myself within myself, to beam a bold, effervescent, awesome maturity from myself to move. And see, that's the thing. We've always grown up, grow up, grow up, grow up, but you never hear the word mature. How's the world never matured beyond ancient times? And how do we think we have to live in ancient times? We're still living in a lot of ancient stuff right now with war and I'm right, this is wrong. And how is the world so divided? We're afraid to listen to what other else has to say because they can have their opinions. I don't have to. I can appreciate their opinion, but I never have to follow it. How is it when you listen with the light of freedom, you feel the revolutionary energy, energizing daily outcomes, maturing through the situation rather than trying to grow up in the situation? And that's something I did. I grew up, but I never matured. And I can admit that right today. And that is a freedom. When you can admit everything in your life was my responsibility and accountability, I free myself. And when something happens, like at work or somewhere, and they say, well, and everybody dodges the blame or dodges the responsibility, step up sometime and take responsibility. Because responsibility and accountability is instant freedom and a sassy sovereign to walk through life, willing to experience life's effervescent outcomes. Because responsibility and accountability, you never look at anybody else and you never are blaming anybody else for anything but yourself. And when you take the responsibility, you release all the ick within yourself. And accountability is an awesome candor to expand through life. But it's a responsibility and the accountability that we have when we feel the power of ourselves. And when you say, I'm responsible and I'm accountable, how do you feel in an unsavory situation? People are afraid to admit we're all imperfect. We're imperfect in a human world. In a spiritual world, we're all supreme energies to expand through life. We're an entity of winninity. Winninity is a word I made up, and winninity is wisdom, invigorating new intuition, naturally imagining today's jazz to dance your life your way or my way. Because I like talking in first person and personal growth. That way I am responsible and I'm accountable and I am releasing and dissolving all the ancient crap I've embedded within myself. And that's basically what history is a lot of ancient crap that we never learned from. We actually embed it to be the way of our life. If we could actually admit we've learned from history, there would be no war today. But we're afraid to admit war is a big money machine game for the wealthy people. It's a sad truth. But when you can feel the energy of admitting that, you feel the energy of peace within yourself. It's the electricity of turning on my brain power, my brain prowess, my gut gumption, but to listen to that divine spine communique I get from out of the nowhere is where my debonair flair beams myself. So where are we afraid to feel in life? We're afraid to feel the honesty of ourselves. And feeling honesty and feeling the honor of me magnificently expands me through life, because I really become detached from what people are saying and all right with who I am, and really allows me to move forward in life. When you move forward, onward, inward, and upward, life becomes a dreamer's dare to show my far-seeing flair, to realize that life is a fluid lure, aggrandizing, internal, revolutionary, visionary veracity, because it's about us opening up to our own self and stop looking elsewhere. How many people are saying, how many times have you said, well, all I need is somebody to come in my life and be the silver bullet, or be the one that takes me beyond it. And I did that. I admit I did, but it was the biggest lie I ever told myself. People are never the silver bullet. All they are is a metaphor and a tutor to expand me through life. My willingness to admit that I did it to myself and be accountable and responsible for my actions, to feel the confidence, to walk of wisdom, to willingly invigorate success daily, opens me to the financial avalanches of money I desire to experience. And money is just an energy. It's nothing more than an energy. But it's a nice energy to make life blissful and easier. But how do we strive for the money, then live in the stifleness of our own silliness, because we do things for get rich quick rather than long term letting the money grow? I did that. See, it's easy to admit. Once you start admitting everything, that your shortcomings, everything becomes a trail of triumph, letting loose your trailblazers' resolve, invigorating, unbelievable moxie, peacefully harmonizing your life. And that is where life really opens up and allows me to expand. But it's feeling the world through wisdom, innovation, and talent. It's listening to the airwaves of brave that are flow through your arteries of awesome. Because everybody has a special, unique talent. Some people are just more willing to experience their talent, and some people hide their talent because they want to stay inside society's limitations. I'm one of them. But I really started expanding out of this 20 years ago. This is an everyday voyage into me, to journey through life, to listen to the liveliness of other people, to expand of me, of myself, because I listen to the tutors and the metaphors of the world to show me the way to the promised land of my desired accomplished outcome. How is a dream a feeling, and thinking a way we stay the same? And that is something I've expanded into. Is thinking will always be thinking. Feelings are unlimited. The power of feelings, good, bad, or indifferent, are unlimited. Emotions of gumption are unstoppable, but emotions of pity me they bury you in yesterday. And it keeps you just going over and over and over of everything that's wrong in life. However, when you let that the gumption of emotions expand the moxie, today you invigorate omnific new success within yourself. Success begins in here. Then it goes to here. Because it goes from the gut to strut up the chakras up into not the mind, but the inspirational, enterprising expressions that energize your brain power, turning on your brain prowess to trust your agility and abilities to expand through life. And that is how you feel the world. Say that. I feel the world. It opens up the wealth of revolutionary, lively, daring extravaganzas, because we're supposed to celebrate. It's our desire to celebrate life, but we fall into the nooks and crannies of what we embedded, and we embed the stuff, what other people want us to know and what other people tell us. So as I open myself up to feel, I I feel the fervor, enlightenment, energizing, lively, enterprising experiences for me to experience. Life is opportunity. My thinking is the thinking that steals the opportunities. How do we think our way out of a dream? How do we feel our way to be of the dream? Is when I allow myself to dance of my daredevil wizardry, being above everything I taught myself and everything I allowed myself to learn from society and the school system and all that. Everything I've encountered in life is only a guide. The listening and the willingness are the bridges to everywhere, because words, wisdom, and willpower will allow me to travel the world with globetrotter gall to galvanizing affluence, loving life, feeling the thriving, alive energies within myself. Because we are a spiritual energy. We're afraid to trust our spiritual self. Actually, we're afraid to trust our spiritual supremacy because we are a wraith. We're a visible spirit. But we've been taught to be stuck in the human side of life because we have to make right, wrong decisions and all that. To feel life, you feel the inspirational innovations within ourselves to expand of life and really open up our eyes to the worldly wealth, health, love, and all the divine good we desire to experience. The difference between the people of affluence and the people that of the everyday life is they were willing to trust their abilities to expand through life and quit waiting for people to do it for us. I know one person that was waiting for somebody to do it for them. That was me. Now I'm willing to step out, step up, and experience life. It's going to be good, bad, and indifferent. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be anything, but it's always going to be an experience and exciting for me to ignite a new life of luminary, innovative freedom, expanding through life, because when you expand through life, you're unattached and detached from everything that's happened before. You're opened up to soar and roar of everything you desire to encompass and enjoy in your life now and forevermore. I want to thank everybody. I am Robert E. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, and I am a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, timeline coach. My books are on Amazon and at Balboa Press, and my books are written in first person and unpunctuated, just like life. It allows the reader to feel the words to expand through life, rather than be stuck in, I got to do this, I got to do that. You get to expand the grandeur of the void within to feel the I one wealth within yourself and be of received abundances from the physical world with an internal ecstasy for you to experience. My website is mycowboywisdom.com, and I wish everybody a very, very wealthy week and a healthy week. And may your life be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world today and every day in a bright, bold way. Thank you and good night.